Hi guys, I'm s7yler, and in this video I'm going to review the Elephone M2 in gold, a phone with metal unibody and 5.5-inch Full HD. So when you get the M2 in the hand for the first time, you think, wow, what a nice build quality. It is very big but still also very thin, and the metal unibody looks amazing. For a complete list of the specifications, please check out the video description. I will list it all there. If you want to see all the accessories, wall charger, etc. included the phone, please go to my channel and search for my M2 hands-on video where I do a complete unboxing. I will also provide a link for the unboxing video below in the video description. Let's have a look at the phone design. On the top we find the light and proximity sensor, a single colored red notification LED, the ear speaker together with a 5 megapixel front camera. The phone has a 5.5-inch 1080p Full HD IPS display with pretty thin bezels. Worth to mention is that these are a lot thinner than on the smaller M1 model. In the bottom we find the menu, home and back buttons, which all do not light up, but the home button is also a fingerprint scanner and mechanical button that you can also press down, and the nice thing is that it supports touch to wake and unlock in one go. On the rear side, which is non-removable and made of metal, we have a 30 megapixel Sony IMX214 rear camera with aperture 2.0 together with a single LED flash. We have plastic parts in the top and bottom, and these are there to ensure good network reception. It of course also supports 4G LTE, and that also with band 20. Inside the phone we find 3GB RAM, 32GB storage and a 2600 mAh battery, and because of the slim design it is not the biggest but enough for about 1 day of usage. And last we see the Elephone and also a CE logo. In the bottom of the phone we find the micro USB port, which unfortunately doesn't support USB on the go. We have the microphone and dual speaker grills, but these are just part of the design. The sound, which is average, will in fact only come out of one of them. On the right side we find the dual SIM tray, which you have to open up with a small pin. In the top we find the 3.5mm headphone jack, which provides good sound quality, and a noise cancelling microphone. And last, on the left side we find the volume rocker together with the power button, and they are both solid and responsive to use. So let me open up the dual SIM tray and let's have a close-up of the tray. So the tray also supports micro SD cards, but as you can see it's not possible to use 3 cards at the same time. You have to choose dual SIM or single SIM with 1 SD card. So now let's turn on the phone and support double tap to wake. And we see the typical disc here on the lock screen, and unfortunately it's not possible to change the wallpaper, and that is very typical on the phones from Elephone, and I think it's pretty annoying because a lot of people don't want to see this disc here on the lock screen. We want to be free to choose our own wallpaper. But let's unlock, and here we have the stock launcher, and the M2 doesn't come with Elephone's own launcher, so this launcher here is more like stock, very clean and no fancy features. The phone also supports off-screen gestures. Let's just try to slide down, and this should start up the camera app. And let's try E for the browser. You can see it starts up Google. So let's go into the settings and activate the fingerprint scanner. I will just scroll down here to the security, open fingerprint, unlock, and you see the fingerprint management. So I learned my finger already 3 times. So now let's try out with my thumb. I will not press down on the home button, I will just place it on top. And we can see it unlocks. Let me just turn up the volume. And let's try again. Yeah. Once again. Yeah. And let me also try to press down on the button. Also working. So it's not the fastest as you notice, but it does work pretty good. Let me try with this finger. So this one here is not learned. But I do notice when I hold the home button, the LED on the back is activated. That's pretty nice. So if you want to use the torch in the dark, you just press down and it will activate, as you see on the rear. Let me try with the correct finger. So it's a pretty nice fingerprint scanner, and it's also nice that you can activate the torch directly with this home button. And let's have a closer look at the buttons here. So we have no backlight, menu and back, and the home button. And it also has a notification LED here in the top in the color red. So no blue or green or other colors, just the red one. Let's have a look inside the app drawer, so you see some of the stock apps on the phone and also some test apps. We have here also the FM radio. Let's try to open up the quick toggles. We have support for hot nod, and you notice that the brightness is set in about the center in the middle. Let's try to turn it up to the full brightness. Very bright. Let's turn it down to the lowest. And pretty dark. So let's set this to the center again. And as you can see with my wallpaper, you also notice we have the black bar here in the sides, the bezels, but they are not as bad as on the M1. They are a lot thinner. On the M1 they are pretty thick, but here it's okay. And we also have 2.5D arc display, so the edges are a little bit curved. You may notice it here when I get close. And here you can see the reception, the Wi-Fi and the connectivity. So while I tested the phone, I did not experience any problems. It has pretty good network reception. You can see I'm using dual SIM right now. And of course it supports 4G also, but right now I'm just using a 3G card. So when one is on 3G on data, the other one will be on 2G. And you also see the Wi-Fi is in top. Very good range and speed. Let me open up the camera app and let's see. So this is pretty stock, standard MediaTek camera app. We have all the features, face beauty, multi-angle view, panorama and so on. We also see the settings. Let me just scroll through these. Anti-shake and so on, smile shot. So here in 4:3 we see 13 megapixel. And the same in full screen. Video mode, electronic image stabilization, video quality up to fine full HD. And now let's have a look on some samples. Let's zoom in and you can see good details, good colors. Overall, a good, nice camera. And as always, I will also provide a link in the description to some camera samples in high resolution. To see the quality, I suggest to take a look at these and be the judge yourself. And regarding the front-facing camera, it also performs pretty good and the pictures are sharp, but there is no autofocus, and unlike the M1, there is no front LED flash. The M1 actually have LED flash on the front located here for the selfies, but on the M2 there is no LED, but you can see the quality here. And let's now test out the LED flash here in the dark. I will take a picture. Let's try again. You can see the quality here. Good details and sharp. And let's try out the torch, the single LED on the back. So you can see it's okay, but it's not the strongest. But for pictures close up, it's okay. And now let me show you the viewing angles. Let's try here from the bottom, and pretty good viewing angles. You still see the colors and the text clearly. And now let's try out a test call. So when you're in the dialer, you can swipe down and then you can choose the SIM card. Let's see the proximity sensor. Yeah, it's working.
To change your personal options, press.
And let me put the ear speaker up to the microphone.
Saved messages. To listen to today's messages, press 1. To listen to your new messages, press 2.
Okay, so as you could hear, the sound from the ear speaker is clear and loud. Let's have a look inside the settings. So we find hot not. So with this you can send files, but the other phone also needs to have hot not enabled. And this is a little bit like NFC. Let's see the SIM card options. So here you can set SIM 1 or SIM 2 to mobile data. So both slots support mobile data. Let's see what we else have. We have display, mirror vision, and below here you can also recalibrate the sensors. Let's see in storage. So we see the total space available. So the internal storage is pretty big in this phone. Support micro SD cards, but unfortunately there is no USB on the go. Let's see the RAM consumption. And we see 1.9 GB is free, so that's pretty good. Totally the phone has 3 GB RAM. Let's see cached. And here inside the security, I just enabled the fingerprint unlock, and let's see here for the fingerprint management. So I have 3 fingers learned. Let's try entry. Let me try to show you it here. Okay, so the learning process is not the fastest, could be a little bit faster, but it works. Let's check out the language. So the phone is multi-language. And let's scroll down to accessibility. Inside here we will find first of all support for quick boot, and we have the smart wake options. So double tap to wake, you can slide up to unlock, you can press E to open the browser, C for camera, and so on. And we see the about phone. Let's see the build number. We have the baseband and Android version. There's support for wireless updates, OTA. So that's it for the settings. In the rest of the video I will show you some results from different test apps, and in the end I will run a game and tell you about the pros and cons, so stay tuned if you want to know more. And now to my pros and cons. First the pros. It has an amazing thin metal unibody design and high build quality. It has a notification LED, even though it's only in red, it is nice to have. It has good Wi-Fi and network connection. It has LTE band 20 support, so full LTE coverage for my country. It has good built-in cameras that performs nice and deliver sharp pictures. And last but not least, it has a pretty good front fingerprint scanner that can wake and unlock in one go. So the cons are that there is no USB on-the-go support, so it's missing this nice to have feature. There are few built-in sensors, no gyroscope or e-compass, so things like Google Cardboard will unfortunately also not work. The battery life could be better, still one day is possible if you're not a heavy user. The sound quality from the bottom speaker could be better, and it is not real dual speakers. Also, there is no backlight in the touch buttons. And last, the lock screen wallpaper cannot be changed, and that's pretty annoying. But I hope that Elephone are going to fix this in a new update. So guys, that's it for the review. Remember also to check out my blog. You find the link in the video description. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. Give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.